Alright, another advanced filter technique is using what we call criteria ranges. And a criteria range is just where you set up a separate location in your table, and you can put in different specifications, and it will filter things out and place them in an area, or even filter them in place, depending on what you want to do. Alright, so we're going to do a criteria range, and then we're going to create what we call an extract range too. So to do the criteria range, what I'm going to do is I am going to copy A7 through I8. Alright, so I'm going to select that and hit Control-C on my keyboard. And then I'm going to go up and paste it into A1. So I'm going to hit Control-V to paste it. Alright, now, you may have to go back and reformat it, depending on what it does. We'll deal with that in just a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the title on it. And remember, we centered this across the selection. So technically, this title here is in A1. So I'm going to select A1 and start typing criteria range. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click the formatting that's down here in row 8. So I'm going to use my format painter to paint that over here. Alright, so that I have all the different fields that are part of my table listed. And that will enable me to be able to create some specific criteria up here to sort it. Now, here's the thing. The way this works, you have to name it in order for it to work. So that means you have to come up here and you have to select A2 through I3. And the reason you have row 3 is this is where you're going to put your criteria for sorting of filtering. Alright, so A2 through I3 has to be selected. And then once you do that, you have to go over in your name box and type the word criteria and hit enter. Because if it's not named, it won't work. That's the key. If you don't name it correctly, it does not work. Alright, so now I can put my criteria in the row below my titles. So I'm going to do IRA/SCP in D3. In E3, I'm going to tell it needs to be greater than 300,000. And then for F3, I'm going to tell it needs to be greater than or equal to 8th grade. So I've given it 3 different types of criteria. Alright, I'm going to go down and click in my table to make it active. And then on my data tab, in my sort and filter box, there's an advanced button, and I'm going to click it. Alright, now, you'll notice that it picks up on values if you've got things named correctly. So you'll see that the list range is the entire table. The criteria range is what I named up here. And I'm going to leave it to filter in place first. Alright, so I'm going to click OK. And if it works correctly, it will filter everything out based on those criteria. Alright? I'm going to hit clear because we're going to do one other thing. I'm going to show you that you can set it up where it will paste the information in another area. So we have to make an extract range to do that. So we're going to copy A7 through I8 again. Control-C. And I'm going to move down to A25 and paste it. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I am going to change the title to extract range. So remember, the title is actually in A1, or extract area would be a better title. Alright, and then I'm going to steal the formatting again from up here. Going back to my home tab and clicking my format painter. I'm going to paint it. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click in the table to make it active again. Alright, and I'm going to go to the advanced button on my data tab. And this time I'm going to change it from filter that list in place to copy to another location. Alright, and the thing is, if I don't name the extract range, it doesn't know where to copy it. So I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to go back down here and I'm going to name this range. So I'm going to select the titles. And the idea is to give it enough space so that it has plenty of room to copy records. Alright? So what you're going to do is you're going to, let's see, it's a good space. Give me a second to figure out how much space I want to leave. Let's go down to 45. All right, and I'm going to call this extract. Enter. All right, and then I'm going to go back up and click in this table. When I hit the advanced button this time, you'll notice that it says copy to here. And I'm going to choose the copy to option, so we'll do that. And when I click OK, the information I extracted should show up down here instead of collapsing my table. All right, so options that you have for pulling information out of a table, quite a few. You just have to know how to set it up in order to get it to work.